What is up? This is Tainless Gaming, and we are playing some Heroes of the Storm. We are taking a look at the newest hero, Garrosh Hellscream. Play some music. There we go. So, he is a warrior, and he has some interesting mechanics. I don't know how it's going to be right off the bat. But let's see how it goes. First of all, most important things. His dance. Headbanging. Alright. Not too bad. Not the best dance in the world, but not too bad. And his taunt. Not too bad. Let me turn up the sound here. I think the PTR settings are a little lower than my normal ones are. Let's hear that again. So, what is his abilities and what do they do? Who's your mama and what does she work for? Alright, his most interesting one is Armor Up. His trait. Garrosh gains 1 armor for every 2% of missing health. 1 armor for every 2% missing health. Alright. So if we see what that looks like, you get 2 indications. One down here and one by his thing. So he gets quite a bit of armor very quickly. It's interesting to note that this does not protect him against health percentage damage. It's general armor, so it does do spell damage and physical damage, but it doesn't prevent him from getting hit by, for instance, Malthael or Giant Killer, that type of thing. So if they do health percentage damage, it definitely is going to hurt him quite a bit. By the way, I also have a new studio setup, and I'm still trying to get all the kinks worked out. So forgive me if I look a little off or if I sound a little off. And feel free to let me know if either of those are true. I'm going to turn down the music a little bit. There we go. Alright. So whatever his abilities. Q, as you saw earlier, is a damage cone that if they're on the outside edge of that, it pulls them to him. So for instance, coming in on Arthas, he's not on the outer edge, it just deals damage. If he is, pulls him back towards. When I first saw this ability, I thought it'd be hard to land. It is not. At least not when you're chasing. If they stand still and fight you, yeah, it can be a little hard. But they shouldn't be doing that anyway. If they're running away, you can just pull them back really, really easy. His second ability is Bloodthirst, and this deals damage and heals you for a little bit. So let me take some more damage here. Alright. So for instance here, let's get that boss away. Heals for 249. Now if I do it again, heals for 197. If I do it again, 156. So it heals based on how much health you're missing. So it's a pretty interesting mechanic. So the more health he's missing, the more he heals for, and the more army he has. Pretty interesting hero. His next ability is Wrecking Ball, and this is probably the funnest part of his kit. So he takes an enemy hero, let me heal up a little bit, and chucks them wherever he wants. Whoever is closest to him, and you get that little horde insignia when they are. And later on you can get a talent that allows this to apply to your allies as well, which is kind of cool. The cooldowns on these, whoops, toggle cooldowns. 8 seconds for his Groundbreaker, 12 seconds for Bloodthirst, so it's not a very reliable heal, and it doesn't happen very often. And Wrecking Ball is 16 seconds. They also get slowed by 30% when they do it, though, so it's not too bad. Let's go see if we can see what that's like. Let's turn our Malfurion off. Groundbreaker, pull him in. Oh, it's also minions or mercenaries, so you got to make sure that the enemy hero is the closest thing to you. So, for instance, you see that horde thing on other people now. It's tricky. It's tricky to get exactly who you want thrown. Your positioning has to be really, really good. Yeah, so that Groundbreaker is not hard to land at all. For instance, now we can toss Arthas. Yeah, so he's very interesting in the fact that he seems a little bit of a mashup of a bunch of different characters. So his Groundbreaker seems like a carry pull that's a little bit tougher. His heal seems like Malthael's, but not as good, or not as often. And his Groundbreaker is kind of like Diablo Slam on steroids, but you can mess it up a lot easier. So he's got a very interesting kit. I've played 3 games against him today. I don't know if he's a solo tank. I really don't. They say he is. But he's so easily countered that it's kind of difficult for me to believe that he's going to be a solo tank. Because his armor obviously doesn't protect him against health percentage damage. Spells, yes. Auto attacks, yes. Health percentage damage, no. So Malthael rips him to shreds. Anybody with Giant Killer can do a ton of damage to him very easily. Stupid little horde scene. That's my other complaint, is they need to color the horde signal when it's on a minion versus on a hero. I think that would help out a lot. Because when a minion's in front of a hero, it may look like it's not. Toss him over there. Yeah, he's got an interesting kit. So let's go through his talents now. Warbreaker. Pull heroes with Groundbreaker. After pulling 5 heroes, Groundbreaker deals an additional 183 damage over 3 seconds to heroes. So it deals damage over time. After pulling 15, reduce the cooldown by 3 seconds. That's pretty good. Unrivaled Strength. Increase Wrecking Ball's throw range by 20%. And its damage by 100%. So I'll show you what that looks like. So all of a sudden you can throw much, much farther than you would normally. I need to get these minions out of here. You can do things like that. It's pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. You can also heal off minions, by the way, with W, but its healing is increased when you hit heroes with it. It's interesting to note that his throw range is increased, but the range you have to be near them is not. So I'm not sure how useful that's going to be. We'll see. And the other one is activate to deal 135 damage to a target and slow them by 30% for 2 seconds. Damage is increased by 200% of armor up's current bonus. So the more health you have missing, the more damage it does. And the slow amount is increased by 30% if armor up's bonus is above 25. So let's see how much damage you have to take to be above that. Shouldn't be a whole lot. Right now I'm at 10% for crying out loud. There. So that's a little less than half. Whoops. I think that's the way to go on this. Garrosh can play a piano Garrosh, by the way. There's an active ability on quite a few of these. Activate, activate, activate. Oh, 16 doesn't have one. Interesting. So you can get 4 different activatable talents. Yeah, damage and slow enemy. Body check, I think, is the best. Unrivaled strength can have some fun playmaking opportunities. And Warbreaker is interesting, but I think body check's going to be the way to go on this guy. Number 4, in for the kill. Bloodthirst kills reset cooldown, restore mana. So if you kill somebody with your healing one, increase Bloodthirst damage against non-heroes by 60%. Killing enemies with Bloodthirst resets its cooldown and refunds its mana cost. Killing enemies. Oh. That's not killing enemy heroes. Oh, wow. That's killing anybody with it. Interesting. So you can get quite a bit of healing off this if you're in a minion wave. Or something to that effect. Interesting. That seems really good. It might be a little too situational, though. Ah, see, I didn't kill. And if you mess it up, you're kind of done. Interesting. You can do quite a bit of healing with that. Huh. I think he's going to be a chase god, by the way. I think you're never going to be able to get away from him. Alright. That's an interesting one. Alright, Thirst for Battle. Basic attacks against heroes reduce the cooldown of Bloodthirst by 2 seconds. So the more you're attacking somebody, the more you can heal off of them. See what that looks like. Reset talents. Body check. Thirst for Battle. And remember, he is great at chasing, so you're going to be able to keep them in your zone and heal off of them. So yeah, I see that being potentially really good. The last one is Indomitable. Activate to become unstoppable. So, okay. I think one of these two, if you're solo laning, in for the kill is the way to go. If you're going to be team fighting a lot, Thirst for Battle is really good. Whoops. So yeah, it's taking quite a bit of time off of our taken quite a bit of time off of our thing. It is interesting to note, though, that he does have a very slow attacks per second. I don't know. I think either one of these is good. I think Thirst for Battle is going to be more useful, because you're going to have it up more. In for the Kill as a solo laner, though, is unbelievable. Alright, next talent. Intimidation. Groundbreaker reduces attack speed. Groundbreaker reduces the attack speed of heroes hit by 40% for 4 seconds. Body Check. Your activatable talent. Interesting. So you can talent for your activatables. That's awesome. Enemies hit by Body Check receive 50% reduced healing for 4 seconds. I don't think there's another hero where you talent into your activatables, where your talents improve your activatables. I don't think there is one. That is interesting. Sorry, I'm pulling up chat in case any of you want to say hi. So you can improve them. That's interesting. That's a cool little thing he has. Enemies hit by Body Check receive 50% reduced healing for 4 seconds. First of all, I love that you can talent for your activatable abilities, and I love that more heroes are coming out with anti-heal properties. I think that's a really cool mechanic that they need to explore more with. So it's cool that they have another one. Oppressor. Basic attacks reduce spell power. Against heroes, reduce the target's spell power by 40% for 2.5 seconds. Pretty good. If you can basic attack them. One thing I have noticed, though, is Garrosh does not have a lot of ways to get into the fight. Once he's in the fight, he can toss you around and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Like that. But he doesn't have many engage talents. Maybe he gets one later, I don't know. We'll have to see. But as far as like diving into the backline, it doesn't seem like he does that well. So I don't know how good Oppressor is. Into the Fray, this is just the fun one. Activate to throw an ally. You can activate to throw a nearby ally and grant them 25 armor for 3 seconds. Deals 125 damage to nearby enemies upon impact and slows them by 30%. While in flight, allied heroes are unstoppable. Okay, so this is the one that you're going to see all of the time in like top 5 plays or WTF plays, Heroes of the Storm, so on and so forth. That's going to be the talent that you see there. Because there's a lot of fun potential. You could throw a Tormented Souls Malthael into the middle of a group of enemies, or you can throw a Falstad, have him gust, and then he still has his flight to get out. As far as everyday game, I don't know how good it's going to be. Back here. There we go. I would definitely say I like Brute Force or Intimidation. I just don't think there's a whole lot of other options to use here. Throwing an ally, though, you know you're going to see people pick that all the time because it's going to be hilariously fun. You could also, your Stitches could Gorge, and then you could toss him. That's interesting too. So a lot of fun ways to use that. All right, his ults. Let's just go ahead and set level. Body check. Thirst for battle. Brute force. Warlord challenge. Force nearby enemies heroes to attack Garrosh. Silence nearby enemy heroes and force them to attack Garrosh for 1.5 seconds. So it's like a variant taunt on steroids. because it can hit multiple people. So let's go get the Lost Vikings in here. Let's wait till they get here and I can show you what I'm talking about. There we go. So all of them are taunting. It's a really interesting ability. It's like Variant's Taunt, but 10 times better. And it makes it a little bit easier if they have a lot of heroes that, for instance, like Tracer, Genji, so on and so forth. Let's do that. I think that's definitely the better ult. The other one, though, so you know, is Decimate. Damage and slow nearby enemies. Deal 162 damage to nearby enemies and slow them by 30% for 1.5 seconds. Deals 100% more damage to heroes, and each hero hit reduces the cooldown by 1 second. Stores up to 3 charges. So it's really good. Like I said, a lot of his kit seems to be around chasing. So I like that. I just think Warlord's Challenge is going to be 10 times better. Especially if you have a healer that's kind of on the ball. Pull him in. Keep slowing him down. Chasing him. Whoops. So yeah, really, really cool. I like this ability. I just don't think it's as good as Warlord's Challenge. I think Warlord's Challenge is much, much better. At 13, Groundbreaker Pull Grant Shield. So when you pull somebody to you, it helps if you pick the talent. Grants you a shield. How much? 1136. That's insane. And it's pulling a hero. I wonder if that multiplies for multiple heroes. No. Okay. He's got such a cool kit. The other one is Blood Craze. Bloodthirst heals over time. When hitting a hero, Bloodthirst heals for an additional 10% of Garrosh's maximum health over 3 seconds. That's amazing. Especially when you take Thirst for Battle. I think that is unbelievably good. Activate Armor Up to increase its armor bonus by 100% for 3 seconds. Okay. See what the cooldown on that is, though. So let's activate it. 40-second cooldown. That is a long time. So you can do it maybe once a team fight. I don't know. I don't know if that's good enough. Oof. I think Blood Craze is way better. I think Blood Craze is much better. Level 16, Rough Landing. Groundbreaker slows pulled heroes. Heroes pulled by Groundbreaker are slowed by 50% for 3 seconds. If Wrecking Ball is used on a... next one is Mortal Combo. If Wrecking Ball is used on a hero within 2 seconds of pulling them with Groundbreaker, Wrecking Ball's cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds. So you can cut that down to 6 seconds. So you pull them in, toss them, and it's kind of like designed to be part of a combo chain. I kind of like that. Earth Shatter. Wrecking Ball stuns enemies near impact. So if you toss them into other enemies, stuns them for 0.75 seconds. Also has interesting synergy with Into the Fray. So not only do you damage and slow them, but you also stun them. I think if you're going to go Into the Fray, go Earthshaker. If you want to pick an individual off and throw them into your team, you pick Mortal Combo. Rough Landing, I think, is a great one for his slow build, which I'll go into a little bit later. I like his slow build. Alright, his level 20s. Increase Warlord Challenge duration. So you increase the duration of Warlord's Challenge by half a second. If an enemy is killed while affected by Warlord's Challenge, its cooldown is reduced by 45 seconds. It's already only 50 seconds. So you can almost perma taunt an entire team. If you dive into an entire team and get chain kills, you can just keep taunting. Keep taunting. They can't do anything because they're silenced. That is unbelievable. Deadly Calm. Heroes hit by Decimate deal 20% less damage for 3 seconds. Pretty good. I still think Death Wish is better. Titanic Might. Wrecking Ball now throws the 2 closest enemies. Interesting. Inner Rage. Body check this. Activatable talent gains another additional charge. That's pretty awesome. That is really, really cool. That's really cool. That, of course, is part of it. I believe what's going to be his slowing build. So let me show you what that would look like. Body check. Thirst for Battle. Body check. Decimate. Or you can pick Warlord's Challenge. If you want to go pure slows, Decimate, though, is nice. Then you go Blood Craze, Rough Landing, Inner Rage, and you just slow everybody and their mother. You just keep everybody slowed all of the time. It's amazing. He's got a really cool play style. He's really good at running away, and he's really good at chasing. So yeah, I think, and I actually think that's going to be really close to what his real build is going to be. You might do defensive measures. You might do Mortal Kombat or Earthshaker, depending on what you pick here. Body check is really good, though. I love this talent. And I love that you can talent into it. But yeah, as far as him being a solo tank, I'm not 100% sure he is. Because he is very easily countered, like I said, by anything that does health percentage damage. And I'm not sure his survivability is on par with some other tanks. That being said, he's not a bad choice for a solo tank. I think Varian, I think it's not inaccurate, actually. I think Varian's better. For solo tanking, I don't know if there's too many. Very soon. Actually, I think he's got a lot of potential. I find that he is very susceptible to burst, though. His talent is great, but if you hit him faster than his talent can actually keep up, or you hit him with more damage than his talent can deal with, he can get hit pretty hard. For instance, a Chromie nuke. Chromie combo, Kerrigan combo does a ton of damage. Right now, Butcher, with the buffs that he got, once he gets stacked, he just rips Garrosh apart. I was tearing Garrosh's apart earlier today when I was playing Butcher, just because of his buffs. And I'll go into those in a video later that I'm uploading. But yeah, Burst can get through him. He's amazing against sustained damage, though. Ragnaros, Raynor, until Raynor picks Giant Killer. Vala until she picks Giant Killer. Jaina, KT, he's great against any kind of sustained damage. Burst kind of burns him down, and health percentage damage really knocks him out of the game. So like Malthael just rips him apart. It's not even a contest. That being said, he is unbelievably fun to play, as you can probably tell. Yeah, he's really fun. So yeah, let's get out of here and see how long queuing for a game is going to take. If it's too long, I'll just make a video later and do it. I assume it's going to be a long time. Garrosh. Oh, here's the skins, by the way. So recolor, better recolor. Ooh, I like that. That looks sick. And then his mech skins. The burn skin. Now you have my permission to die. I like that skin the most, though, I think. If he doesn't have that line, so you can combo that skin with the line, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. Let's see what his queue is like. Oh, 1,059 seconds. Okay, so we are not going to play a game. I will play a game with him later and put it up onto my channel. So hit subscribe, hit like, and hit the bell icon. And when the Garrosh video goes live, you can see what that. You'll get a notification that it has. This has been Tantalus Gaming, playing Heroes of the Storm and taking a look at Garrosh. I like him. I like him a lot. I think he's gonna be. He's not gonna be a tank that you first pick, though, because of his weaknesses. You will never first pick him in draft if you're smart, just because everybody and their mother can counter him. Assassin wise, any of the people with Giant Killer can. Tychus will rip right through him. Butcher, Vala, Raynor, Malthael. He kind of reminds me of what Cho'Gall would be like if Cho'Gall wasn't, if Cho didn't have Gall. So he's like Cho. He has the same weaknesses as Cho. His Groundbreaker's a lot like his Cho's ult too. So yeah, that's my thoughts on him. This has been Tantalus Gaming, playing Heroes of the Storm. As always, good luck, have fun, and stay hungry.